spice fans? Silk City Hot Sauce is now sponsoring the Dorkening Podcast Network. Our craft sauces are made in Vermont in small, high-quality batches using locally sourced, farm-grown ingredients. Silk City Hot Sauce comes in a variety of heat strengths and killer flavors like Jezebel, Erotic Fever, Mango Madness, and Good Morning Jonestown. And don't forget our newest creation, Hot Syrup. Make no mistake, spice fans, this is the queen of sweet heat. There's new and unique flavors coming out all the time. Best of all, right now, listeners of the Dorkening Podcast Network can go to silkcityhotsauce.com and use coupon code DORK. Not only will you get 20% off your order, we'll also throw in a free bottle of hot sauce. That's silkcityhotsauce.com. Coupon code DORK.
Everyone thinks because you're a zombie, you don't know good coffee. Well, they're wrong. There's only one brew that gets my seal of approval. Deadly Grounds coffee is my guilty pleasure. The aroma is so intoxicating. It brings all of my neighbors out of the woodwork. Deadly Grounds coffee. Coffee to die for and zombie approved. It's good to get a little deadly. Use the front door! Oh, they're so disgusting.
I was muted. Sorry. Hey, happy Tuesday. You're watching Splash Pages, the comic book club. My name's Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. We have an awesome show scheduled for you as always. And with us joining me today, Velvet Joker. How's it going, bud?
It's going great. Glad to see everyone tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks for watching every week, guys. Really, really, thank you. I really appreciate it. I know often, like, you're watching, you're like, oh, there's 2 people watching. There's 5 people watching. But after a week, on the different channels that we're all on, 100 to 300 people watch this show every week. So thank you, guys. We really appreciate your loyalty. Have a great evening. We're going to have some fun.
Yeah. Drew, how's it going?
Pass. I'm good.
Pass.
Pass. I'm good.
Yeah. Okay. So, what's
He's Drew Mollo, writer, adventurer, Ghostbuster.
I hate people. Well, actually, no, I take this back. I don't hate Leo as much today. It's now 75% you, and the rest, well, Leo can get the crumbs.
Ghostbuster Man 1984, is it right?
I hate you both.
Yeah,
So
that's how you can reach me and Leo.
I hate all of you. And the hate extends to every conceivable multiverse. Okay, that's a lot of dislike. But hello, gentlemen. It's nice to be back. Question. I honestly have no news. I didn't see anything that was like, oh, like, wow. Like, so I will let you guys, for once, I will be silent and I'll let you talk.
Well, I mean, speaking of multiverse, I think Marvel's going to collapse upon itself since we have, what the hell is his name? The guy that played Kick-Ass. What was he in Marvel?
He was Quicksilver.
Quicksilver. So he's Quicksilver in Marvel MCU, but also he's now going to be Kraven the Hunter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In
the Kraven the Hunter movie.
Oh, solo movie.
Yeah, spinoff.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and they just the reason why I found that out is they actually, let's see, White Lotus.
Now, is that a Sony Marvel production?
Yeah.
Sorry, White Lotus breakout Fred Heckinger to play Chameleon.
But that's funny because technically there's already a Chameleon, or at least someone who references that in the MCU. I don't know if you guys realize that we've already had a reference to the Chameleon, so it's a possibility he is. Do you remember in Far From Home? There was a SHIELD agent that picked up Peter and took him, I guess, to meet with Fury so he could get his Night Monkey suit.
Mm-hmm.
Bearded guy, his name was Dimitri. I can't pronounce his last name. Sanjay Kosper, whatever. No offense to all those who have foreign names who we Americans have trouble pronouncing, which is another reason why we're disliked. Yeah, that is a name that I believe is one of the, if not the Chameleon's real alias, or one of his aliases. So technically, we might already have a chameleon, because think of it. He's got the name, he's got Shield resources. And we've seen that Shield can do things where they can, alter shapes and identities and such. So, it wouldn't be too much for someone to be a rogue agent, take that tech and become a super villain,
Yeah, take Mysterio's tech.
Boom.
But Leo, is this Craven movie with Chameleon? Is this a Sony?
It is a
Tom
Sony
Holland Marvel spinoff.
Yep.
Okay, so then what Drew said will not be that, because they're two different universes.
Well, but again, still multiverse. So it's
Right.
in essence, still applicable. Just like how we have yet to really see how a character like Morbius is going to play, because they've been kind of flip-flopping the references. One has an obvious MCU reference. The other one has a very clear Sony reference. So, and that's still, to be quite honest, up in the air if the movie will be good. Not saying I believe it could be bad, but, when it comes to comic movies, I feel it's so much better to walk in with moderate expectations.
Yeah, especially with like a Sony movie, because like the two Venom movies, they were okay.
Not entertaining, Leo. Let's just go with that.
Okay, we'll go with that. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not going to be like all the other Marvel movies, but it's they could be watchable, or they could be Ghost Rider 2. Silence.
Nothing for Ghost Rider 2.
Okay. I have a theory. Can I share you a theory I was thinking about recently?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you guys don't know this about my life, but sometimes on my lunch breaks when I'm working from home, I like to go for walks. And because my ADD is where it is, the walks is peppered with random thoughts. And one of them is that, in essence, bad movies are kind of like lies. In essence, that they are fabrications of a character, but there is something in it that is actually true or decent. So my theory being is that in every bad superhero movie, regardless of what it is, there are at least one or two moments that actually are character appropriate, spot on, really badass. It's just you don't see it because the whole thing is just bullshit. So let me give you an example. We brought up Ghost Rider. Now, I will admit the first Ghost Rider is laughably ridiculous, but it does have two to possibly three really dope scenes. The first one being the jail cell fight. The second one being him riding his bike up the goddamn building. That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And then the last one was the one with him and Carter Slade were riding into the desert together, because who else is going to play it but Sam Elliott, who is the de facto old cowboy. Like, there's a reason he's Adam West's brother in Family Guy. And I can't believe I know that.
Drew, I actually really enjoy the first Ghost Rider. I really feel like he got Johnny Blaze's character.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong.
And the bike in general is just amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, no, like I said, there are certain things that are good in it, but there are certain things that are not. Like, I'm sorry, as much as he tried, the actor who played Blackheart was not that threatening to me. Because I hate to say it, I saw this, I was like, what, the creepy kid from American Beauty? Like, really? Like, Peter Fonda is Mephistopheles. Okay, he's got the presence. Fine. But I just feel like every superhero movie that we have, that we've heavily criticized and whatnot, has at least probably one or two good moments that are, worth mentioning. And I'm talking even the stinkers. I'm like, how, Spider-Man 3 is considered meh, has its decent moments. Blade Trinity is largely considered the worst Blade.
Is that the one where he refused to open his eyes?
That's the one where
Ryan Reynolds.
Right, Ryan Reynolds. That's the one with Dracula. The one that they admitted that Wesley was like high most of it.
Okay, so that must be it. There's a scene, and it's hilarious, where Wesley refused to open his eyes during the scene,
Hmm.
and they had to like play it in reverse.
Wow.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I'll find the information on it.
But my point being is, so that's my theory, is that in every bad superhero movie, there's at least 1 to 2 decent moments in it that are at least worth highlighting. Hell, I could even write do a series about it if y'all want. But so that's my theory. So like, for instance, I saw people criticize Ghost Rider 2. I actually enjoyed certain parts of it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, holy crap, Nick Cage is, I don't know, drunk or high on something in the movie, but when he's Ghost Rider, it looks amazing. When he's Johnny Blaze, it's like, holy crap! It's like it's like Nick Cage did Angel Dust and then decided to say action. Like, holy crap, he's tripping.
So
that's scary
so-
stuff.
yeah, so he refused to open his eyes. They had to CGI his eyes open.
Oh, I know this scene. This is at the end.
Yeah.
Oh, this is when he's on the thing and they're bleeding him, right?
This is at the end of the movie when they think he's died, but they find out it's not his body. They shot 2 scenes in it. They shot the ending, and then they shot an alternate ending, which is, arguably a little better. Wow, that's ridiculously diva-tastic of Wesley Snipes. But then again, not to criticize, I love him and a lot of what he did. This is someone who did, decide I'm not going to pay taxes because. And then when they came coming, I'm going to run.
Yeah, well, the ego is an incredible thing. When people have told you yes and you're amazing for, a decade, you start believing your own hype sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay. Just got to remember, a lot of our great heroes have questionable moments. For instance, Tim Allen. Everyone loves him as Buzz Lightyear in Home Improvement. Technically was a drug dealer. He's moved past it. We've forgiven him. Somehow Disney made their one exemption because they have a policy of not working with ex-cons. And we had that. But we're not talking about things like that. I just wanted to share my theory. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if anyone sees it. But like I said, I didn't really notice any newsworthy things that was like, oh my God, we've got to talk about it. So if you guys notice them, please. I'm just gonna.
Yeah. Apparently, Stephen Amell is a brony. Is that what I read?
Yeah. And Peacemaker, absolutely.
So in Peacemaker, there was a scene where they talk about Arrow going to brony conventions, and I can't find the pictures, but I could have sworn somebody posted like Stephen Amell at like a My Little Pony convention. But he responded, haven't seen it, too busy showing Cena what professional wrestling should actually look like on TV. Yeah.
Because he's on the Heels show. But I'm sure this is all in fun.
Oh yeah, totally. It's the whole show is fun. It's
I'm sorry. Steve Amell is a serious actor, but he shows that he has a good sense of humor. And also anyone I've ever met has told me he is just the most polite and gracious person in the world. So, he really appreciates his fans. So I'm like, great, because good. But I saw that and I was like, even having not seen it, I totally get it.
Hey, have you guys seen some of the after Bob Saget news where they released some of the autopsy photos and some of the reports? And they're saying like it looks like he could have been dropped. The amount of impact on the back of his head looks like he could have dropped from like a 30-foot drop or been hit in the head with a baseball bat.
Oh, wow.
And apparently now the family is suing everyone to keep everything under wraps. So it just seems strange to me that he would sustain that kind of injury in the back of his head. And then also apparently his front orbital bone was also cracked. So he had like black eyes and all this was black. that feels like something happened to him. And that makes me sad and intrigued all at the same time.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't really say for certain.
Yeah, I'm sure the truth will come out, but if somebody attacked him, that is tremendously sad.
Yeah, and then tucked him into bed.
Yep. Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Very scary. So yeah, hopefully we'll learn more what really happened in the coming weeks.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy. If they release the autopsy pictures, that's.
I think it was the autopsy report.
Yeah, that's morbid.
Yeah,
but hey, Jeremy's in the chat. Good evening, gents. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Jeremy.
When Drew gets back, we're going to be talking about Invincible. Yeah, but I didn't have any other news. What about you, Rich?
No. I had just heard about the Brony and Stephen Amell thing. I thought that was pretty amusing. I was intrigued by the Bob Saget thing, but no, I don't think anything really new in the comic world that I'm aware of.
The only other thing is Drew, actually plug your ears for a second. But there we go. So at the end,
I can still hear you.
Okay. He muted himself. So at the end of Peacemaker, we have that iconic scene.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, they did have on set a Superman and a Batman, but were not filmed.
Wasn't Superman in the air, shadow, like kind of in shadow?
Oh yes. Batman was there. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the news, the guy that played Superman, is posting on social media, like basically wanting to be the new Superman.
Oh, okay. Good for him.
So it wasn't Cavill. It was just somebody else.
Right.
I heard all of that. You guys suck.
Well, sorry you can't get your damn speakers to not work.
Shut up.
Anyway.
Yeah, there's more news, but I will refrain from saying it because it's very spoilery.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's for once take the higher road just for another week, please.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. We need to come up with a spoiler section.
Okay.
Spoiler section.
Yeah. Just where we talk about all the spoilery shit that goes on.
Additional content to throw on Dead Dork Radio.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So we're going to be talking about Invincible today.
Yeah.
Great series.
Now, Volume 1, Family Matters. Jeremy says he agrees. He loves spoilers.
Can I just say something before we start?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool. Hey, I just want to say that I honestly think that this is my favorite Kirkman's book that I've ever read. And I've read a nice chunk of Walking Dead. I've read some of his Ultimate X-Men, which is not that great. This is, to be quite honest, one of my favorite. This is one of my favorite things he's ever written. I think this actually is my favorite. Hands down, I honestly recommend, if you guys like this first arc, everybody read the whole thing. It is amazing from beginning to end. And I understand some people are like, oh, it's 144 issues. I was like, yes, you guys scoff at that, but literally read all of Harry Potter in one weekend. Please. Okay. I'm just saying it for the record. This is worth the read. This isn't one of those where it rises and falls. The whole thing is consistently great.
I have not read the whole thing, but I totally agree from what I've read. And I think I've read the first 4 volumes, and it's absolutely amazing. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, no.
Jeremy says, wish I could. Jeremy, we can hook you up.
No, it honestly was absolutely amazing. I cannot stress that enough, that it was 100% amazing. And even just this first book, rereading it, again, it was awesome.
Right. Now, I read the animated first. I didn't mean read it. I'm sorry. I watched the animated first, rather. And now reading it, boy, it is like they are right on point with each other. Now, the animated goes further than the storyline we've read today.
Right. I would say what we read today covers, I'd say, about the first 2-3 episodes. Would you say, Leo? Would you say about?
Yeah, but there's some things that they sort of split up quite a bit.
Yeah, the pacing is a little different. They certainly set up certain storylines that come a little later in the arc to be, but it was great. But again, I think that's one of the things that I thoroughly enjoyed the most was how well adapted the series is. I mean, and the best part is that you honestly, I feel like even if you don't read the books, it's literally almost spot on.
Right. I found an interesting thing about the art, Drew, is even in this and a lot of this whole arc that I read at least seems to follow that. The background is just like this. The background, all the backgrounds are simple. It's all focused on the character.
Yeah, and it's really amusing because Cory Walker is the artist. He did the art for the first 12 issues, and unfortunately, he had to kind of bow out because he couldn't handle the consistency of a monthly book. Apparently, So then that's when around issue 13, Ryan Ottley came in, and he was one of the main artists. I mean, Cory Walker would come back for certain stories and even a few story arcs later on in the series. But it's really amazing because similar to The Walking Dead, this book had that it was a slow build and people really didn't think it was going to last as long as it did. But I swear to God, lo and behold, it really picked up. It found its audience. It became this critical and commercial gem. 144 issues. And then on top of it, Kirkman wrote the whole thing. I mean, yeah, there were spin-off series and whatnot, which were written by different people with some consultation to him, which I've read all of them, and they're all fantastic. But it's just so nice when you have that consistency, and you don't see that a lot in a lot of modern comics. A lot of major characters, you've had different writers, different artists, but it was the same people. So you really watch these characters rise and fall. And it's really amazing.
Jeremy says he loved a TV adaptation.
Oh yeah. Like I said, it was beautifully acted. And I think the other thing that you realize is that there are these little moments in Invincible. Well, what is great is that you realize that this book is not only a superhero comic, it's also an homage to a lot of classic superhero comics. A lot of these characters are pastiches, like the super team. Their names escape me.
Is it Guardians of the Globe?
Thank you. Guardians of the Globe are essentially the Justice League.
Yep.
They're basically the Justice League.
Right.
The Adam, Eve, and Robot.
Yeah,
they're basically the Teen Titans.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then certain other characters are basically the same, and it's just, like I said, it's such a wonderful love letter to all of that. Like this is his love letter to comics and to me, I think that's the best thing is that you can show your appreciation to the genre, but still create something that's so amazingly its own. I mean, when you're reading this, Mark doesn't sound like when you're watching films and kids talk like adults. Mark sounds like a teenager. He talks like a teenager. His frame of mind is very rooted in that. And then all of his people in his life act like who they are. There's never really anybody that was like, I don't think they would do that. But within these extraordinarily context, like this extraordinary context. There we go. I'm good.
And I think they do a great job of sort of portraying like a middle America family.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like a middle income, they live in a medium nice house.
Mm-hmm.
But their dad is like the Superman of their universe.
He is.
He's back and they have dinner and they have a great time. And what comic book reader does not have the fantasy of becoming like 16 years old and all of a sudden you're a mutant and you have superpowers? So there's a lot going on there to draw you in.
Mm-hmm. And you got to also give credit that they just pack in so much in each issue, but nothing feels rushed. Like you have these multiple storylines going, and I mean this book, Leo, was what, 4 issues?
Yeah, 4 issues. Yeah,
right. It's 4 issues. I feel other writers would have taken like 6 or maybe 8 to pace out this thing. This is 4 issues, and so much happens in these 4 issues. And on top of it, there's so much great setup. All the characters are established. And then you even have your villains established. You have the Mueller twins,
mm-hmm.
who are still one of my favorite villains because of their relationship. You're the clone. No, I'm the original. You're the clone. Just beautiful. I will also say this: they could not have got better people to play Omni-Man. See, Rich, I got caught up in Superman. Omni-Man and then Invincible. Like Steven Yeun just nailed it. And then J.K. Simmons as his father just
Well, the whole cast. So Steven Yeun as Mark, J.K. Simmons as Nolan, Sandra Oh as Debbie Grayson, the mom, Walter Goggins as Cecil, Zachary Quinto as Robot, and Rex is Jason Mantzoukas from 9-9.
Yep, Adrian Pimento.
Yeah, 9-9.
9-9. But yeah, and then even Mark Hamill is a Waltz. He's the costumer.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the voice cast is insane in this.
Yeah, so I just have to say they did such a good job that as I was rereading this book, and
you heard the voices.
Yeah, I hear them, as I'm reading it, and it's just insane. And I love his passion for family matters.
Oh yeah.
Because in the comics, Reginald Vell Johnson High School, which played the father in Family Matters, and then it was Winslow High School, which it was the Winslow family in Family Matters.
And essentially, the principal is Reginald Vell Johnson. I mean, I'm sorry, that's basically him.
Oh yeah,
like if it was any more him, he'd be letting the Ghostbusters out of prison.
Well, he even did the voice in the cartoon.
Absolutely. So, I mean, again, what a wonderful reference there. But like I said, this to me is probably one of the best superhero origin stories because everything for legit. Like, honestly, one of my favorite moments in the book is when Mark quits.
Yes.
Like, hands down, this is every kid's dream. It was like, I have superpowers. I don't need this. Go. Like, I'm done. Like,
I'm not frying your fries. You fry your own fries.
And then on top of it, what I also love that Kirkman does is that he leaves no stone unturned. Like you saw that Mark, when he's throwing out the garbage, he tosses the garbage into the sky.
Yep.
Later on in a comic, you'll see where that garbage lands.
Yeah, I just rewatched the episode because they do the same thing in the cartoon.
Absolutely. And it's just so genius because it's the little things. And I think that's what I think gets lost in a lot of big comics is that these little moments that are very human and very precious, they get lost in the superhero slugfest or the giant multiversal collapse conundrum. these things are so intense that we forget, hi, these are still people. You have to show them sleeping. You might want to show them eating. We do not need to see them using the bathroom. But like, it's a human story, and honestly, there's a reason that it is still as popular as it is today. I mean, if you've ever been to a convention and you see Kirkman signing or Otley, they always have a line. They always have fans, and there's a ton more Invincible costumes now that the show happened. I mean, I've seen a couple of Omni-Mans. I've seen a couple of Invincibles, and funny enough, I do know somebody who did his first costume. I call him the gunslinger, Invincible.
Mm-hmm.
One with the bandana.
Right.
I'm just waiting for villains. Like if I see two people who do the Muller twins, I'm done. Like but you got to be huge. Those guys are big.
Or look alike.
Yeah.
I bet we can convince Patsy and Brandon.
But But I think we all can enjoy. If there's one guy that you're rooting for to get his ass whooped, it's Rex.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. And then
he's obnoxious.
Oh my god. When I heard Jason Marzudagus voicing him, I was like, oh, you could have got a better person. Like just confident, annoying, and then can just be, and I'm fucked. But like I said, this is one of those moments where I feel that the animated series, movie, whatever, adapted the source material perfectly. And you two both know I'm a little bit of a snob about that. But this did not disappoint, and I cannot wait for season 2. Like hands down, I think season 2 of the show is going to be fantastic, and I'm really excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah, do we have a release date on that yet?
I think at this point, I think everyone's more focusing on what The Boys season 3 will bring, especially since Amazon is finally upping their prices for the first time in years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, boy, that 3rd season better be lit if I'm spending a couple extra dozen dollars.
Yeah. Actually, that's one thing we didn't talk about in the news was the whole Comixology fuck over.
Okay, did I? Yeah, I feel like I slept on that. Like what happened?
So
can we take like 5 minutes and just go over that? I completely.
Yeah. So basically, it's a good thing and a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Amazon bought Comixology.
Mm-hmm.
And they migrated it into their Kindle Unlimited app,
Mm-hmm.
which is, I think, is like $14 a month. But I already pay for that for my wife. She does a ton of reading, and but now they folded all of Comixology into Kindle Unlimited. It's very, in my personal opinion, it's very difficult to find comics. There's also stories of collectors losing thousands of dollars worth of their collection during the migration. Like the library they had on Comixology disappeared of books they purchased. So yeah, it's definitely been a lot of headaches. They definitely need to clean up the user interface and just make it, more comic centric. Comixology, the interface before was passable. It was fairly easy to find, storylines and whatnot. But now it's just, unless you know exactly what you're looking for, it's hard to find.
Well, that's not good at all.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but if you have Kindle Unlimited, it's included.
Yeah,
and that's the only place you can get it now.
I believe, I don't know if they discontinued the website.
Right.
I'm gonna pass, Leo. I'm gonna pass. I'm good.
Yeah. You're gonna stick with Marvel Unlimited and DC Universe. extra or whatever it's called now.
Yeah. I still find almost all my stuff on readallcomics.com.
There we go.
Thank you. Same thing. You know,
Yeah.
I will say this though. I have been reading a great series right now. It's an older one. I have been loving it, and I do want to hype it up because it has been such a wild ride, and I just started like 4 days ago. Exiles has been fantastic.
You went back from the beginning, or were you? This is just the current run.
Oh no! I went to like the 2001.
Okay.
I went back. I started reading them. I thoroughly cannot tell you that this does Villain of the Week in such a way that I'm hooked every time. You know, you have just this group of characters from different Marvel universes traveling there, set with a mission. It's like Quantum Leap meets like the X-Men, because all these people at one point or another have been on an X-Men team, which is so funny to me. But I cannot tell you how much it is just such a great read, and I will definitely find a story arc that we can definitely review that I think y'all would enjoy. Hands down, fantastic. So just wanted to hype that. Well, I had a couple of minutes before we get back to Invincible. But honestly, guys, I have nothing to say besides the fact that I think this is hands down one of the best ways to start a comic book series. Hands down. Yeah,
it's just the writing is just fantastic. It's the characters are very relatable. It's just overall, it's just an amazing story. It's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Honestly, yeah, that's the best way to put it. It's just a lot of fun. You know, after you read it, there really is no other reason why you shouldn't read more. That's the best way to say it.
You'll be hooked on Invincible. Get that Invincible. First one's free, baby. First one's free.
Actually, if you check the show notes up above or down below, depending on where you're watching or listening to us, you can pick up this book on Amazon. I do have the link there, and the links do support the network. So just full transparency.
Oh my God, guys! I have to share this with you. Hold on, I need to show you. I need to share this meme that I found that was 100% hilarious, and I think our people need to see it too. Hold on, one second. I got it. This just popped up in my feed, and
it's a lot of buildup, Drew. It's better be glorious.
Let me, Leo. I just sent it to
Messenger
secret group chat. Check it out. Please hold.
A meme minute. Oh,
I'm done with you. Rich, no.
I'm filling time, man.
Mm-hmm.
For you, the day.
For you, the day 22/2/22 graced your calendar was the most insignificant day of your life. But for me, it was Tuesday. Oh my God, that killed me. I think the worst thing is that you
Thank you.
Okay, I just want to point out it's hard not to read this and not hear it in Raul Julia's M. Bison voice.
Yes.
You know, just for me, it was Tuesday. I'm just like, oh my God. Thank you. I that was my attempt at humor, and I will be shamed for it. So,
hey, you made the leap there, Drew. It's nothing wrong with that.
Nerds. Sorry.
Are you gonna play that card? You're gonna play that card. You're gonna play that card.
Did you hear it? It came out of my mouth, right?
You did. You got. Listen, you got best bulb. You should see if you're in a band. So honestly, I don't think there's anything more we could say. Do you guys just kind of want to rate this and then
Wrap
Yeah.
up an early show for once.
Yeah,
And,
right. Wow.
Yeah,
I know.
totally. Just real quick, Jeremy says, speaking of Comixology, there's a way to find it. He saw on TikTok, and you have to go to a certain option and show Comixology library.
Leo, you will have to investigate.
Yeah, I mean, my wife tried finding some comics for me. She's like, "Your library is all empty," and I'm like, "Well, I freed it up for you, because she does read a lot on there, and I tend to do either Marvel or DC or read online." But yeah, for Comixology, she was trying to find something, and she goes, "Oh, there's Garfield on here, and wait, there's adult comic books. Why is that showing up in my feed? What if kids are reading this? It's just, yeah,
Uh-oh.
it was
Yeah.
messed up. Like she was just looking for comic books just to be nice to find me something. I was like, yeah, she was all
It's
Yeah.
not user friendly at all.
yeah.
Yeah, the last thing you need is some kid opening up a book of Sin City and then wondering hey mommy, what's a whore?
I think it was like some anime thing that she
Oh no.
yeah.
What? Why is that lady getting attacked by that squid? Man, we don't ask these questions until you're older.
It's alien hentai.
Okay, cool. So on that note, let's
Five crowbars. 5.
Wow.
There we go.
wow.
Leo's declaring Invincible
5.
5 crowbars. All right,
Yes.
Drew.
You know what? I'm also going to give it 5. This is an amazing collaboration. It's probably one of the best comics I've ever read from beginning to finish. I'm going to give it 5 too. I'm going to be a follower and just take Leo's lead.
All right. I liked it a lot. I don't know that I felt 5 strong about it. I'm going to go with a 4.33.
Okay. That's still, listen, you got to admit, that's still pretty high for all of us.
Yeah.
You know.
Jeremy's asking, is Marvel good for an app? DC is pretty good, but about a year behind. Both of them are. I know Marvel's like 6 months behind, and DC, I think DC is about the same thing, about 6 or 8 months behind. I find the Marvel interface better to use than DC's.
Right.
But hey, Jeremy, as both Drew and I have agreed to today, readallcomics.com. It's free, and you can find 99% of almost anything you want to find.
Really great. 100% really great.
Yeah.
It's just do it.
There's also comic book reading orders if you want to look for like storylines. That's a pretty good one for inspiration.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, we will wrap things up. I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. And, for me, just Google Leo Pond. You'll find a bunch of stuff. Could be true, could be not. But I run a little thing called the Dorkening Podcast Network. There's a ton of awesome shows doing a ton of awesome things. Super retro throwback reviews. That's definitely one to check out. Throwdown Thursday. Just head on over to thedorkening.com. Hey, Alex is in the chat room. Damn right, it's the best comic series ever. Alex was actually turning me on to Invincible originally, so thank you for that, Alex. And Jeremy says he'll check it out.
Please do.
I even picked up the Invincible Spider-Man Marvel team up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So Drew's
using his spider powers. He's on the side of the wall.
Right.
Nice.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, when these two aren't literally driving me upside down. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. You'll probably hear exactly which one soon if you haven't already heard it. I do a lot of stuff with Screen Rant. I'm working a lot with the Dorkening. I'm very busy. So if you reach out to me and it takes me a while to respond, I assure you it's not because I don't like you. It's because there's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah, you're a very busy man.
Mm.
Yeah. Velvet Joker.
Hey, and you can find me, Rich Davis, on Facebook, sipping on my Silk City hot sauce with code name Dork. Anyway, or you can also email me, leo@leopond.com. And I am on the Velvet Joker 2021 on the gram. That's where I be. Or
Awesome.
you can see me every Tuesday night here on the award-winning Splash Pages of Comic Book Club. Expanding all the time. We have such news building behind the scenes. I can't wait to tell you guys. It's so exciting.
Very exciting.
Leo, you finish that, please.
With that, we'll catch you guys later. Bye.
Bye, Will.